Hi, my name is Grady, and I wanted to share some dreams that I felt the Lord has given me. I actually had several dreams. I'll just be sharing the ones that I feel that He has confirmed they are from Him. So it might not be in the right order. But I just wanna share the ones that I know for sure they are from Him. In this very specific dream, I actually didn't know it was a dream before having a second dream that's similar to it but not exactly the same. So I will be starting with the dream that I know. The dream that I know was the second dream that God gave me that reminded me of the first dream He has given me in the same way. Okay, so the day that I dreamt these dreams, it was actually maybe 2 to 3 weeks ago. Between that time, I actually woke up in the middle of the night several times, and I woke up. It was the middle of the night. I think the first time was like 11 or something, and then later on, like 12 or something. I'm not sure. I didn't look at the times when I woke up. I just know it was late. But I remember just like I usually woke up. I just slept, stood up, woke up, and I was like, oh, I'm awake. I felt tired. I always feel tired when I woke up. So I felt tired, and I always remember looking out my window because I keep my window open because during the night I usually the the light of the moon and sometimes I see the stars like always shine through, and I always liked it, so I always keep it open. So usually I look out the window. I didn't even sit up. I just turn and look at the window to see like if it's still dark, and it always is. So that very specific night I woke up several times, 2 times I think, and look out, and it was always dark, so I always went back to bed. So when I dreamt this dream, it started uh when I went to bed. So I didn't realize it wasn't a dream. So I was laying down and I remember seeing myself sleeping, and then I was like, oh, I woke up again. Um, and I realized that I woke up at exactly 3 a.m. It wasn't a minute past or a minute less. It was just exactly 3 a.m. And I remember feeling it was such an important time. Like it was a big deal. Like even after the dream, I felt like the time was really important. Uh, but I don't want to say it was more important than the dream. No, because I know the dream was important. It just felt like it was really important. So I was laying down, and when I woke up, I felt the urge to look out my window, and so I stood up, and I realized that I'm actually not tired. Like now that I'm remembering this, because I didn't write it down, I just didn't know it was a dream from the Lord. I thought it was strange, but I just didn't know it was a dream from the Lord, so I didn't took much importance. But it was after an experience that reminded me that I had a similar dream before, that I actually knew it was from the Lord. So inside this dream, I stood up and I actually felt wide awake. Like I just opened my eyes when I was sleeping. I was wide awake. I wasn't tired. I just was wide awake. So I remember feeling it was 3 a.m. I actually not sure if I looked if I look the time on my phone, I just don't remember doing that. I just knew it was 3 a.m. So, and I felt this strong urge to look outside my window. And then before I even looked outside my window, it was like the Lord was reminding me inside my dream of a previous dream that I had before this one. I don't know if it was in another day or if in another time or if in another like experience. Or maybe even I dreamt it before dreaming the dream that I'm telling you. Like one came after the other, but before I could look out the window, I remembering I remember remembering inside my dream. Okay, that's kind of confusing, but I was inside my dream and I remember like the dream that I had before. I felt like it was the dream that I had before this one. Like I just finished dreaming the one that I remember, and then I woke up inside this dream. And I remember inside the dream as I was sitting up besides my bed, I remembering that I was standing outside. I don't know where. I just remember standing outside. I remember I wasn't inside a structure. I wasn't inside a house. I just remember it was outside. And I remember looking up the sky. It was a bright blue sky. It was a sunny day. I didn't see the sun. It was just sunny. It was just bright, like if the sun was out. And then I remember looking up and seeing two full white moons. Like if the moon was just up ahead in front of me, the second moon would be, if I was facing the moon, on my right side, right aside from it, on the right side. And I remember thinking, that's weird. I felt like it was really weird, but I wasn't like freaked out about it. I was just remember thinking it was weird. But I remember accepting it as if it was weird, but it wasn't something like I was supposed to be freaking out about. So I remember looking out, and it was a bright day, and it was clearly two moons. They were full, and they were white, and they were right aside from each other. And I just looked up. I raised my head, and then I looked down. And that's when I went back inside my dream. My second dream, the one where I was sitting up. So after that, after realizing that I had a dream about two full moons and a bright day, I realized that I actually woke up and I felt the urge to look outside my window. I remember, guys, I told at this point I don't know I'm dreaming. So because I have woken up 2 times in real life, like I'm waking up inside this dream. So I just didn't know I was dreaming. I just thought I dreamt the two full moons and I'm waking up like normal. And I felt like it was a weird like dream, but I still felt a strong urge to look outside my window. So I do. And it's dark, it's nighttime. But as soon as I stand up and I look outside the glass of my window, I see a huge circle. At this point, I thought it was a moon. So it was like a huge moon. And it was so big, I thought it was a planet just outside my window. So I'm thinking, whoa, I'm like surprised, but I was like a good surprise. I was like, that is so cool. I remember examining it, or like it wasn't actually me examining it. I just remember like what I saw was real important. So the moon, or like the size of a planet, or like actually maybe it was a planet, I actually can't tell. But the huge, what I'm gonna call it, the moon, like a moon, was so big I felt like I was an ant. But it was still far away that I actually saw the whole size outside from my window. So I actually can't tell the size of it, but I just know I was small compared to it. So I looked at it like inside my dream. I was actually standing and like looking really closely and thinking it was really cool. But I look and it was blue, and it was like a shining blue, like a glowing blue. I thought it was really cool. I wasn't freaked out. I wasn't afraid. I just thought it was amazing. So I looked out, and there was. It was just there. Um, and I remember thinking, oh, I gotta show this to people. I gotta show this to my family. So I was looking out. I like actually like parted away from the image. Like I turned away from it, and I was looking for my phone, and I wanted to take a picture. I was like, I need to take a picture. I need to take a picture. Like tomorrow I'm gonna show people. Tomorrow I'm gonna show my mom. That's what I was thinking. So, and then I actually found my phone. I remember like looking at the phone. I don't remember what time it said. I was such in a rush that I knew it was 3, but I don't know, maybe it was a couple minutes after 3. But I just remember opening the phone and like clicking camera, and I lifted up the phone to take a picture. But I actually stopped myself from taking a picture. The phone actually opened to take a picture, but I stopped myself, and I felt like I was looking at something important. So I felt the urge to look more into it. So when I lifted the phone, I felt the urge to zoom the picture, like to close into the image that I was like pointing at. And I pointed at it, and I actually felt myself like squeezing my ass to look as I zoom. And between, I felt like were like patches of white. Maybe it was like, it seemed like the patches of the moon when you look at it, like the white part, or something. But it was like kind of like white, like things that were surrounding it. Because when I zoom in, I actually look between those like parts, and I saw a garden. I didn't know if it was a garden. I just kind of like, it was like put in my mind that it was a garden. So I zoom into the picture, and I actually see like a river, or like water flowing, and I think I saw like grass, or like it was just in like garden. I can't really explain it. It's just like a garden, like you will see in a normal, like in a like uh nature park, or like a forest. It just was part of nature. Like I just felt like it was like a garden. Like I just remember thinking, that's such a beautiful garden. Like it was, I just felt like it was beautiful. And I remember like being happy as I looked into it. So I actually think I clicked to take a picture, and after just clicking one picture, I don't know if it why I didn't like click for like took many photos. I just clicked one time, and then I put away the phone, and then I was like happy. I think I was excited because I was like, I gotta show this to my mom tomorrow. So I actually put the phone away, and I didn't, after taking the picture, I didn't feel the urge to stare at it anymore. I felt like I needed to go to bed. I needed to tell them, like, this is such a good thing that I needed to do it now. So looking out and staring outside didn't feel as important as telling my family about it. So I clicked the picture and I went to bed. But before I could actually lay in bed, after putting my phone aside, like on my bed stand, like the table that I have outside my bed, I actually look outside the window because I've heard noises. And outside I looked and I actually saw both my parents looking through the window, through their window, because their room is aside from mine. We live in the same house. And they were pointing at it. Like they were speaking excitedly, or maybe even worried with each other, and they were pointing at it, and they were pointing and pointing and pointing, and I was so shocked. I was like, I wasn't even shocked about what they were doing or what they were seeing, or what we were like in the presence of. Like I was shocked that they were awake. That's what I was like saying. I was like, Mom, Dad, like, are you guys awake? Like that's the thing that came out of my mouth when I watched them. I don't even know why I did that, but that's what happened. So, and they looked at me kind of like, I don't know, I felt like they were worried or like shocked. And they were like, you have to go to bed. Like, like, they told me, go to bed, it's late. Like, they were telling me to go to bed. I remember shaking my head and feeling like, kind of like, okay, like, why are you telling me this now? Like, you guys are awake. Like, I remember like feeling like that. But then I laid down and I woke and I went to bed. Like inside my dream, I went to bed. And then I just slept after that. And then when in real life, when I woke up, it was daytime, and I remember having this experience, like the dream of the moon and the bright, like the two moons, and like the bright blue moon. And I actually now think maybe it's a planet because of the garden that I saw. I'm not sure. But, and I was like excited to tell my mom, and I'm like, Mom, look. And I felt like, I remember taking the picture, and but then I realized, even before reaching my phone, that it was a dream. Kind of felt a little sad, but it was a dream. And I was like, oh. Because it was so real. So I looked into it, and I actually didn't tell my parents or my friends or anybody. I just like realized it was a dream, and then I felt a strong urge to look at what the two moon meant, because I just feel like it's a must do. Like when you're thirsty, you must get water, or when you need to go to the bathroom, you must go to the bathroom. It was like a need, like I needed to do this. But even before doing that, after I realized it was a dream and like processing it, what I was doing, I remember having an experience. I don't even know if it was a dream or if it was a vision or what it was. I just remember that apart from having that two moon like dream inside, or like after, or even before the moon, the dream of the blue moon, a huge blue moon that is outside my window, I just remember this was a separate experience, that I was looking at the sky again, bright day, baby blue sky. It was such a beautiful day. And I just remember looking at it, and it was two white full moons. it just looked so calm, like there was just there. Like if you look up the sky and the moon was there during the day, like normally you see sometimes the moon during the day, it was just like that. But there were two of them. So when I realized that this wasn't the first time I was seeing the two full moons, they were white, I knew this wasn't a normal dream. Especially because the strong urge to know what they meant. So I knew God was telling me, you can't ignore this. This is important. So this is how I know that the dream of the two moons and the dream of the bright big blue moon that may be a planet, I don't know. I just at that time I just knew, or I knew it's a moon. I realized it wasn't a normal dream. Even when I was processing like the dream that I have, that I began telling you first, it was like God pushed this memory inside my head and said, look at this. This wasn't the first time. And I remember that I just looked up the sky. I didn't even lift up my head. It was like my head was facing the sky already and I was looking at them. That's the experience that I remember after having these dreams. I didn't know if it was a dream. I didn't know if it was a vision. I just remember it had happened before. So when I realized this, I went and felt the need to look it up. So after processing this for like a whole day, I finally said, okay, this is important. This is not from me. This is from the Lord. He has confirmed me by showing me that it wasn't the first time he has shown me these two moons, but it was the first time he has shown me the bright blue moon outside my window. So I knew it was important. I knew it wasn't normal. So I looked it up. And sure enough, the first thing that popped in was that the two moons were in the Bible. They were in the Bible and they were a sign of his coming. So after that, I was like, okay, I need to know more about this. So after finding and learning from them a little bit more, I clicked on it wasn't even me paying attention. I just clicked on something. I just wanted to know more. And then the first thing that popped in when I clicked that specific link was the two moons it was like from another person, and they wrote the two moons mean, or like what their interpretation was, that they were his way of telling us he's on his way, that he's on his way, that he's not that he's coming, no, but that he's already on his way, that he's reaching us right now, that he's already started the journey. So when I read that, I knew in my heart it was truth. And I felt so happy. I felt so glad. And that bugging feeling that I felt in my heart that I needed to know this went away. And I know because I learned that it was what it meant, and I knew it was the truth. So this is the dream that I wanted to share you, also the experience as well, because it's two dreams in one, or one dream in one dream, and inside that dream is another dream, and a memory or of an experience that confirmed those dreams. So this is how he told me and confirmed that he's on his way. Thank you so much, guys, for listening to me. I will be posting another dream that I feel it's from the Lord, that I feel that He has confirmed it was from Him. Thank you so much for listening to such a long video. I have posted another video that explained how He has told me that He's coming as well. Please pray. Please always ask for confirmation about what I'm telling you, about other people are telling you. Please pray for those who haven't found Him, and always ask for forgiveness and always repent. He is our only Lord and our salvation. Without Him, we can't save ourselves. That's all I wanted to tell you guys. I pray in my Lord's name, in Jesus Christ's name, and His holy being and holy self, that we are saved, that we know that it's from Him, that we are free from deception, that we are ready for what it is to come, that He always speaks to us and reaches us in ways we can understand. And for those who haven't found Him, to please be saved. For our family members who aren't saved and need Him, in His holy name I pray, amen. Thank you so much, guys. I hope you have a wonderful day in His glory, in His presence, and with Him. Bye bye.